Well, hello everyone, this is Emrys from cruisehive.com. It's finally happened, yes, the cruise industry is moving forward, finally, and it's now really possible that cruises could start to resume in the middle of July. But for one cruise line, it could be too late. And is it all really good news? What a week of cruise news we've had. For the first time since cruise lines first suspended operations, we now have some real hope of a summer restart. It looks like the pressure worked as the CDC's maritime team has been meeting with cruise lines and ports twice weekly over the past month to resolve the issues on resuming cruises. Also, don't forget all the other cruise news, including new ship reveals from Disney and Celebrity Cruises, a morale boost from Carnival Cruise Line President, vaccinations begin at the second busiest cruise port in the world, and not so good news with Norwegian Cruise Line deciding to cancel most departures from the US through the summer. Oh, so much going on, so let's get started. So it actually happened, yes, the CDC listened to all the state officials, cruise lines, ports, and of course the most important, the cruisers. The industry has in fact been in discussions with the CDC twice weekly for the past month to work out an easier way on resuming cruise operations in the US. So late on Wednesday night, the CDC came out with a letter that detailed some revised requirements that cruise lines need to follow. There are still instructions to work through, but now it's all mainly workable, and for the first time we might actually see cruises start to resume by mid-July. Let's hope that really does happen. One of the biggest changes is that ships can bypass the required simulated test voyages carrying volunteers and jump to sailings with paying passengers, but only if 98% of the crew and 95% of passengers are fully vaccinated. We've got all the details on the CDC changes over on cruisehive.com. It's a huge breakthrough for sure for cruises, and without test voyages, that's a big chunk of preparation out of the way. But is it all really good news? Do remember, there is still a lot to do to make sure guests and crew can remain safe. There is also the big question about kids, as the vaccine rollout is not yet aimed at those under the age of 16. The majority of families might have to hold on a little longer until more kids can get vaccinated to be able to go on a cruise. It's all very fluid indeed on that front, so do keep checking all the updates and post a comment below to let us know what you think of all this. Well, things are truly starting to happen. The second busiest cruise port in the world will now be able to offer its workers and vessel crew members vaccinations due to the public health advisory being approved on April 29th. So it does now mean that the vaccine eligibility has been expanded to include those who are in Florida for the purpose of providing goods and services. This includes the crew members that enter the state from other countries and work on cruise ships. Port Canaveral will provide up to 1,000 vaccination shots per day for vessel crew members and port support personnel. The vaccination model has been developed with the Parish Healthcare Centre at Cape Canaveral, Canaveral Fire Rescue and Cruise Line medical personnel. Officials at the port were also guided by the US Coast Guard, US Customs and Border Protection. Cruise lines play a major role at the port and have done so well to make the new vaccination program a reality. It's very impressive indeed. In fact, on Friday, the first people under the new eligibility received their vaccination by the port. It's also in line with the CDC's newly updated instructions detailed recently in a letter sent to the cruise lines. Despite Carnival Cruise Line being in total shutdown, crew members aboard the Carnival Sunshine cruise ship had the chance to enjoy a visit from Christine Duffy, the president of Miami-based Carnival Cruise Line. It was also the first ship in the fleet Duffy visited since the suspension on operations first began back in March 2020. The vessel was docked at Terminal E in Port Miami on Wednesday with no passengers on board. Duffy spent time on board meeting with senior officers and toured the ship. At the moment, the ship does not have its full complement of crew, but she still took time to meet with those crew members who are on board to keep essential services maintained and preparing for when the cruise line does eventually restart operations. So Carnival released photos of the visit from various locations on the Carnival Sunshine, including the bridge, engineering, Lido deck, and on the I-95, often a hive of activity when cruise ships are in full operation. You can browse through all the photos over on cruisehive.com. Disney Cruise Line has revealed all the details of the new Disney Wish cruise ship that will arrive in 2022. We finally get a full look at the new vessel with new renderings released, ship facts, itinerary details and more, as she will become the 5th ship in the fleet. The new vessel will have some brand new features, and one of the main highlights will be a splash-tacular adventure with Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse aboard the first ever Disney attraction at sea. There will be a Frozen dining experience, a Marvel Cinematic dining adventure, and the first of its kind Star Wars experience. Get me on that ship right now. In summer 2022, the Disney Wish will sail its inaugural season of 3 and 4 night cruises to Nassau, Bahamas, and Disney's private island of Castaway Cay from its new home port of Port Canaveral, Florida. Bookings open to the general public on May 27th, 2021. Disney Wish will greet its first guests on June 9th, 2022 for a special 5-night maiden voyage that includes 2 days at sea and stops in Nassau and Castaway Cay. On June 14th, 2022, Disney Vacation Club will host a 3-night members-only cruise to Castaway Cay. Disney Wish will be approximately 144,000 gross tons at a length of 1,119 feet. She will have a guest capacity of 4,000 along with 1,555 crew members. Don't forget to check all the new features and itineraries in our full post over on the website. The Royal Caribbean-owned cruise line finally revealed details of the much-anticipated Celebrity Beyond, which will be the largest ever cruise ship for celebrity cruises and the 3rd in the Edge class. Celebrity Cruises President and CEO Lisa Lutov-Perlo unveiled the vessel on Wednesday in a virtual event that also featured the ship designers and Richard Finn, the Royal Caribbean Group President. The ship has been stretched by 20 meters and even her height increased to 17 decks to provide a more spacious feeling on board. This will also allow for some of the highlight spaces on board, including the reimagination of the retreat, the resort deck and the rooftop garden, some of the main highlights on the new ship. The new Edge class cruise ship is currently under construction in France and will be around 140,000 gross tons. She will debut out of Southampton, UK on April 27th, 2022 on a 10-night Western European cruise. She will then offer a variety of Mediterranean journeys, including 9-night Italian Riviera and France itineraries, and 10-night Greek Isles itineraries through early October, when she then heads to the Caribbean. We've had some major cruise news coming out from Norwegian Cruise Line this past week, as the cruise line has now extended its suspension on the majority of US departures through all of the summer. It came just days before the new updated CDC requirements were released, so pretty bad timing for NCL. Some of the cancellations from the US go as far back as November, which is no doubt very disappointing to many cruisers who were hoping of a summer cruise with NCL. So here are the latest round of cancellation dates released by the cruise line. So Pride of America cruises from the US are cancelled through July 31st, Norwegian Bliss through July 31st as well, Norwegian Sky through August 30th, Norwegian Star through September 23rd, Norwegian Spirit through September 24th, Norwegian Dawn through September 26th, Norwegian Sun through October 7th, Norwegian Escape through October 10th, Norwegian Breakaway through October 17th, Norwegian Encore through October 28th, Norwegian Pearl through November 7th, and Norwegian Jewel through November 13th. Yep, that's November 13th. However, not all is lost as the cruise line continues to shift vessels to alternative home ports outside the United States. Norwegian Gem regular sailings are cancelled through November 17th, 2021, as she will be offering new voyages out of the Dominican Republic from August 15th, 2021. Norwegian Epic and Norwegian Getaway will begin sailings in the Mediterranean from September. Norwegian Jade will start sailings from Athens, and Norwegian Joy will also start cruises in the Caribbean this summer. The cruise line also extended its temporary peace of mind cancellation policy to guests sailing on cruises with embarkation dates through October 31st, 2021. These guests have the flexibility to cancel their cruise 15 days before departure. It has just been another hectic week in the cruise industry, and those were just a handful of the bigger stories. We've got all the latest over on cruisehive.com, including more bad news for a cruise restart in Alaska, the latest situation with cruise ships in Key West, a second Royal Caribbean cruise ship to home port in Barbados, a tough decision on the crew by Royal Caribbean, new mask guidelines from the CDC, more cruise lines restarting this summer, whoa, and much more. It's been a very busy week indeed. Thanks ever so much for taking the time to watch the video. If you did find it informative at all, then do feel free to like and subscribe, along with leaving a comment on what you think of the current situation the cruise industry is in, not just in the US, but all around the world. My name is Emrys from cruisehive.com. Thanks again, everyone, for your time. It really is appreciated. I'll see you all soon.